Hello there and welcome back to the studio. Well, it's Halloween, it's coming up again. I did a YouTube video last year. It was like one of those quick tutorials. I'm probably showing it somewhere around here or completely blocking me out, I don't know. Which there'll be a link for down below so you can go and view that one. But it was more of a quick tutorial, not so much of a more in-depth ones, which is what I tend to like to do. But this year we'll run along the same theme, and this time I'll be showing you or going through the process of producing a single panel gag cartoon. Because I have a cartoon stock web page, every time I get a gag cartoon I complete it, upload it, and then hopefully people buy it. As is typical of me and probably of other cartoonists as well, I should imagine, we tend to come up with the jokes usually a little bit too late, but it'll go for next year and maybe any other time during the year when someone wants to talk about the themes that suit the cartoon that I've drawn. It's kind of monster based, but we'll get to it anyway. We'll get to it in the end. But there's just two more things I'd like to say before we go into that process. On last week's video, I told you that I would be ending every video with the Adam and Eve cartoons that I produce. And when I did it, it looked great on the computer. I thought this could look nice. But of course I forgot, or didn't think, most of you view your content on the ridiculously smaller, scaled down version on your mobile phones. So it didn't look quite so good when I saw it like that. So sadly, I won't be doing that anymore. But that said, if you would like to see Adam and Eve, like I say, I produce it 3 times a week on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. And I do that on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn and Webtoons. So you can get it in a fair few places. And if you don't have or don't really want to use any of those, then just send me your email address and I'll email it to you. It's as simple as that. So that aside, the second thing is, obviously, as I'll say every week, if you like what I do and you want to share it, that's great. Share it to your social media, various social media pages or blogs or however you go through social media. But failing that, if you do like it, then please hit the notification bell, subscribe, and leave any comments down below. Anything you like about, ask me, or anything you'd like to see me do, let me know, and I'll get back to answering you and trying to help out in any way I can. But that said, should we go this way and have a crack at a cartoon? Yes, let's do that, seeing as that's what we're all here for. See you soon. Okay, we're back. Here we go. Like I said, I'm doing a Halloween cartoon. It's not like drawing a vampire or a Frankenstein creature, which is what I did last time. This one deals with a monster. So that's pretty much why we're getting what we're getting. Okay, we'll start off with a rectangle. Just a basic rectangle. And this is going to be a bed. So once I've got the rectangular shape, I can then work ideas off it, like here, like the folds of the blankets, like that. And because it's winter, I think, I might be showing my age here a bit now, but didn't beds used to have a kind of a second blanket over the edge to keep your feet warm? Did they? I don't know. They do now anyway. And then I'm going to put a pillow up. It's going to be a child's bedroom, so I'll put the pillow in here now. See, I still draw pillows like that with these little knobbly bits over there. They don't have them so much nowadays, but I think I saw them in a comic when I was a kid once, and I stuck in my head. I kind of quite liked it, so I draw them that way now. Now I'll put the mattress in as well. And the mattress is going to be a mattress that doesn't turn into a divan set, which would have brought it down there, and then you'd put the cupboards or the drawers in there. It can't do that because the kid's going to be lifting the bed sheet up. It's important for the joke. Okay, so we got the bed. Now we'll have it in the corner of the room. So we'll do a bit of skirting board here. And we'll just a bit messy. There we go. And do that little bit there. And I like to do, when I'm doing kids' rooms, I like doing the walls like that. Don't ask me why, just like it. It's a nice little feeling to it. Now we have the shapes, and it's all very, very boxy at the moment, so I'm just going to soften it up a little bit. You know, this sort of stuff, and blankets around like that. That's a little too high, I noticed now. It looks like a hospital bed. So I'll bring that around here. There we go, that's a bit better. Now it doesn't look quite so much like a hospital bed. Not that I've got anything against hospital beds, I just don't want to spend too much time in them, or any time in them, come to think of it. Right, now the little kid is going to be lifting the blanket up, like so. So we'll have that blanket there, and a little bit of a fold here, and then this can come over it as well, and there we go. That can go down there. We're not worried about that too much at this stage because a lot of it's going to be covered by the child. And let's do the back bit of the bed. It's not a bed board because I don't very often draw those. Don't ask me why. I've always drawn beds like this. I think I must have owned one once or something. And so now as a result, I just always draw the same bed. Now to make sure that you get that correct, I don't need to do this because I've been drawing cartoons for so long that I don't need to do anymore. But for the sake of the fact that this is a channel where people might want to learn cartoon skills, I'll go through the whole process. So I'm now going to turn this part of the bed into a box, ever so lightly, because I'm going to have to rub it out sooner or later. And there we are. Excuse me. So now I know that this one's partner over here starts there and goes up. Look at that. See that? See what I did there? That's good there. I like that. I might do it again. Right, there you have that. Now we're going to have, must be a bit too high actually, so bring that down to about there. There you go. Now I like to have a kind of a cathedral type thing where the metalwork goes up and it comes down. But the best way of doing that is to start like this and bring it in an exaggerated arc, and then from this side do the same thing. And that way you know that where they meet, which is about here, you know it's going to be correct so far as scaling is concerned. There you go, that's that. Then we'll do a few bars coming down behind. God, looks like a very nice. Ooh. But it's Halloween, so it's meant to make you a little bit freaky. Right, so we'll carry this on. Well, you've got the line there where it shows the box, but of course that's for the bed. I want to be able to put an extension of this wall. So I'll put it a little bit behind the wheel of the bed there. So as it's not quite up against the board. There we have it. The bed's now complete. Now we have to draw the little kid. Be quite large in the picture because of course he's got to proportionally fit the bed. So it starts off with the rectangular, or sorry, the oval shape, sorry, for his head. He's quite happy, so give him a large expressive eye, and then exaggerate that with his smile. In goes his ear because he's side on. Bit of a neck, and then the shape here for his body. Now, see what I did here? Normally I'd do that sort of thing, but because he's side on, I wanted to get that angle right. So moving it from a shape which would be normally this, I've angled him. I've almost squared him off now. Do a little line there for one foot and the other foot over there. And when drawing kids, it's always best to draw them with very short legs. You're probably going to write in the comment section, but why is that? And I'm going to, because that's what you all sound like, I'm going to say, I have no idea. It's just one of those rules that must be obeyed. So now I've drawn him there. I've now realised that I don't like him there because he's the wrong size. So we rub it out. Now I'm drawing these lines quite heavy and dark. You don't need to be doing that. You need to be doing it quite light. But I need to do it darker so as you can see it on the camera. So we'll start again, shall we? This is why it's always good to learn to draw with the shapes, because you can rub it out and you can just draw the character again, because you're following a set system. There you go. I've drawn in the same again. No problem at all. That's better. See, now I'll do it like I said I would normally do it, which is that. But that's what I'd normally do for the body. But he's side on. So I bring it down here, do that, and then strengthen that line slightly. Now he's side on. Undeniably side on. And he'll have his little hand pointing out, because the whole idea of this joke, this gag, is he's playing hide and seek with his pet monster, hence the Halloween theme. And if you were a monster, where would you hide? So the caption to go with it would be, why, he'll be sort of saying in a balloon over here somewhere, found you, or seen you, or got you, or whatever it is. And then the bit that runs underneath here, the caption would be, why monsters are no good or so bad at hide and seek. Something like that. I'll play around with the words anyway. I'm sure it'll all come to me. So once again, little legs. And once again, I can say, ask me all you like. I have no idea. It's just an unwritten rule. Blame the Disney artist, Preston Blair. That's the one who taught me. I must go through a few tutorials using the Preston Blair technique, because it really is good. Right, I always do the same hair as well, unless it's a girl. Maybe do a few freckles up there, and there we have it. That's basically the shape of the cartoon. Now I may decide to give him a little bedside stand, so we have to get this proportionately right. So we will do another box, this time a little bit of perspective, just a bit, not much, because we're not looking right down and we're not looking right up, but we're not looking straight on. So you have to think about the proportions of the bed and then do this little side table in proportion to that. There you go. Now, once I've got that, it's just a case of using the bottom one, bringing it out slightly to the side of these lines. And the same here, just a little bit further back from the line that you gave it. And that. And here's a little cubby thing there. I'll put a book. These are, with single panels, you don't have much scenery, but you do have to give an impression of things. So we'll just put a little book in there. That's all. Now you know that that's an opening rather, as opposed to that being a cupboard, because that's got a little handle on. Bedside lamp. Once again, I tend to draw the same old traditional ones. Kids nowadays probably don't have them. They have, I don't know what they have, to be honest with you. Scarily ghoulish things, or maybe licensed products. Okay, we're getting there now. We're almost done. And I think, shall we? Yes, we will. We'll give him a little bedside rug. Can be done oval, can be done rectangular. Remember your perspective. And with a cartoon, see, the perspective for this one would have brought it from there to there, but this is a cartoon, so you can bend the perspective a little bit with a cartoon, and it gives it more of a free feel. If you want to put some of those on there, you can, both sides, blah, blah, blah. Maybe some shapes here. Yeah, you got a rug. I do this as well. Now, this is me. I've not seen other cartoonists do this. I just do little dust specks. I just like it. Sue me. Right, and one other thing, to give the impression that he is coming in the room, this is just a little gimmick, right? It's a little trick, is do an open door. His bedroom door. Is that right? Proportionally? Probably not. So we don't need to, it'd probably be a bit higher, so we'll ignore that bit. But we will now, yeah, because if the door's open, it makes you look at it and think, oh, he's just come in. I haven't said he came in this way, but by having the door open, it makes you think he's just come in. And yeah, well, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, the door's open. You can, if you want to put little bits in here like this, you can. I'm just signifying those shapes. I'll strengthen them up with the brush. So what I mean by that is when I come to do with the brush, I've got a line there, but I know it's going to go across, so I will just slowly draw that line like that. Perhaps I will do it a bit more, because after all, this is a tutorial. Keep telling myself that. I have to listen to me. Now I'm drawing it like this. Normally, if I was doing it, I would do it so as it was more comfortable. But because the camera is fixed and I can't afford a cameraman or a woman to come and do all this for me, I have to sort of think about the camera. Right, so there we go. That's the picture. I'm now going to go this way, and you'll see a speeded up version of me doing this cartoon. See, I saw it wasn't quite right, so I brought it over. You can always play with things afterwards. When you've drawn it, you can look at it and think, well, that's not quite right. All I could do is doing something else there. I think we'll bring that round there a bit more. Yeah, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, like I said before, hit the subscribe button, notification bells, all that sort of thing, and let everyone know about me. It gets me up the logarithms, gets me up the scales, and more people get to see what it is that I do. If you've got any questions, put them in the in the section below, and I'll answer everything as soon as I can see it. If there's something you'd like me to do, or any questions you'd like asked, technical questions, I'll answer them as well. But like I say, any ideas for YouTube channels, let me know. If I can do them, I will. In the meantime, I'll just put a few more details here. This will be the pictures on the wall, and a little bit of tape around here, and the rest of the detail will be done in the picture. Still not happy with that. A bit of a moment there. Right. Okay, let's go that way, and just remains for me to say thank you very much for taking time out of your day, your very valuable time to spend with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back next week when we'll be doing something else. Don't know what yet. I tend to make up my mind as I go, as I get to the day. But whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm sure we'll have a bit of a laugh, and you'll learn a few more skills, or just enjoy watching someone do what it is that he does. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.